Now we review Moa 2. Moa 2? Did we ever review Moa 1? I mean, come on, we don't even mow the lawn. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so no, I never saw the first Moa movie. I did look it up. There's, a non-animated Moa-esque movie that looked something. Anyway, so yes, Moa 2 is the story of Moa and Maui, and the fact that they need to find an island, because if they don't, the story of their people will stop. It's movie logic, just go with it. Anyway, before I go any further, let me remind you that for every 1,000 subscribers I get, I do purchase one of these bracelets from 4Ocean. 4Ocean pulls a pound of trash out of the ocean every time I do that. If you love the ocean or the planet or anything really, you should probably comment, like, and subscribe, because you'd be doing something good for the world for free. I'm giving you that opportunity. Don't waste it. Anyway, so I'm not very familiar with Hawaiian mythology, and I'm sure it's wonderful and diverse, and you know, this is a movie with The Rock in it, and The Rock has a lot of charisma. I mean, you can't help but love The Rock. It's just one of those things. And he plays Maui, who, you know, is a demigod, a human-turned demigod, who runs around with a giant bone hook. Sounds actually pretty dark when you think about it. And I'm not dead sure what he's doing in this movie, other than that he was in the first movie. The movie is not very thick on plot. It's more into musical numbers and funny things. I mean, look, you know, Moa, for example, she's a wayfinder, and it never actually is like, okay, this is 100% what a wayfinder is. There's like, you're a wayfinder. This is what wayfinders, they wayfinder. It's like, okay. I mean, is this a thing from the first movie? I didn't see the first movie, so I'm a little lost. There are also a lot of characters. Like, in addition to Maui, there's other buff guy that I guess Moa should be wanting to bang. Old dude, chick that fixes things, and I think, like, some other old person. And then there's a chicken and a pig. And these are our main characters. And at some point, we pick up Little Coconut Man, who, I mean, it's like, when you look at this movie, like, if I were a kid, I would be like, wow, this is awesome, man. Why can't we just get a movie of Little Coconut Men? That would be cool. The Little Coconut Men are probably the best part of this to me. They're a diverse group of little, you know, they're coconuts with arms and legs and faces painted on them, and they're alive, and they run around. They can't talk, but they do things. So, yeah, you know, and of course there's just singing and more singing, and they really overdid it on the singing, if you want me to be honest. Like, I think this movie would honestly be better if they had cut the songs down a little bit. It felt like there were like 8 or 9 of them. It's like, oh, now we're singing about stuff you don't care about, but we're telling you what's going on, exposition, and it's like, okay, you know, that's cool. No, it's not cool. It's just happening to me. I'm not feeling the rhythm here. I'm not coming in going, I want to sing these songs. I couldn't remember any of the songs from this, and that's one of the things about the musical. Is that you need catchy music. I mean, it's like, if you look at any musical that's really been very prominent, like Little Shop of Horrors, you know, I have never seen the stage play, but I've seen the music, but I've seen the movie, and there was a time when I could do every one of those songs. You know, it's like, you know, I used to sing these songs myself. I love the music of Little Shop of Horrors. Moa 2, I just don't don't remember any of that music. It washed right over me. This is designed primarily to entertain children. I am not a child. There were people laughing. I mean, I didn't laugh, but there were people laughing. There were people getting the jokes. I mean, when when Maui calls that chicken something snack, and then it's like, okay, that chicken needs to eat more. I don't even know if they had chickens in the Hawaiian Islands at whatever this is set. I mean, it's not modern day. The point there being that this movie, much like this review, is kind of a mess. And I'm told that the reason for that is this was supposed to be a TV show, not a movie. And it's like, I think maybe it was 1 or 2 songs per episode to eat up screen time, and they were maybe 20-minute episodes. So they had to condense it down a bit. And this is why they had such a large group of characters. And I mean, I heard somebody else review this and say, why can't Moa just use her magic powers and do whatever's going on here? And it's like, yeah, when the sea is your bro and it gives you high fives, it does beg the question, like, hey, sea, there's an island in you. Can you just take me to it? And then the sea should probably do that. And, Maui, apparently, one of his things is he can use that hook to raise islands, but there are themes of, there's more than one way to get things done, which is, it's a good moral for children to have. I mean, not a great moral for children to have, but solid enough, and it's put together well enough. I mean, look, this movie is pretty, it's fast, it's a lot of singing, it'll wash over you, and then you'll forget it the next day. So it goes in the middle to upper middle of your watch list. If you have children, it goes maybe to the 75% mark of your watch list. It's something for children. It's not going to, I mean, it feels like a sequel. It feels like they're making references to things that I didn't see. And this is kind of the mark of a sequel, is that it should be something where you don't have to see the first movie. But the first movie should make it better. If you look at Aliens, for example, one of the best sequels ever made, you really don't need to see Alien. A lot of people say, it's like if you see Aliens, Alien is a letdown. It's such a more subdued movie. And yes, by comparison, Alien is a slower film. It's not as good as the sequel. The sequel is more fleshed out with more action and more memorable moments, but with a larger cast, of course. Moa is a sequel, or Moa 2 is a sequel with, apparently more characters. I wouldn't know, maybe not, but looks like it's more characters. A lot of references to the original, and the original is a large amount of the enjoyment of this film. It brings you back to characters you love, and bringing you back to characters you love is certainly a good thing. So if you're a fan of the original, you're probably going to love this. But if you're like me and you never saw the original, this is just kind of it's there. Again, it's not bad. I'm not saying it's bad. It's a children's movie. It's meant to appeal to children, and it's effective at that. So, me saying that this is not a good movie would be like me saying that, a hamburger is not a good steak. A hamburger is not meant to be a steak. A hamburger, you could make a really good hamburger, but a steak is always supposed to be better. That's just how that works. If you're making it out of steak, it's a steak burger. It's no longer a hamburger. So, yeah, Maui, Moa 2 is a solid, serviceable film meant to entertain children that will probably entertain your children. Just if you do watch this film, do understand that your kids are going to want one of those coconut monster men. because I am a full-grown man, and I would love to have one of those things. I mean, not enough to actually find out if they sell them, but I mean, if someone were to give me one of those for Christmas, I would probably smile and legitimately say thank you. Anyway, that's just my opinion, and I'd love to hear yours in the comments below. I'm Richard.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Barry, the official strawberry poison dart frog of Random Street Theater, adopted from the WWF as a means of preserving the environment for you and for me. And I'm reminding you to comment, like, and subscribe, because symbolic adoptions are not free. And, well, you're not going to pay for it, so maybe this channel can. And they can, if enough of you comment, like, and subscribe. I'm Barry.